Hey, I got the voice to work. Hello, welcome. All right, this is gonna be rough shot. You can't see the setup. It's rough. Everything's rough, but the computer's working. I'm awake. I think the stream's running smooth so far. We'll see if it stays there. This setup above me is just what I could piece together, so there wasn't a black background. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Should I talk about the matches now, or should I talk about them as the matches are going? Because there's only so much I can say for the 15th body slam somebody does, right? I guess maybe we should just go over what the preceding actions were leading into this. Our grudge matches for the Hybrid Rainbow Saitama show. Shawn Michaels still upset with Al Snow because he stole his finisher, or what he claims is a finisher. We've never seen him use the super kick, Shawn Michaels, but he says it's his. Al Snow shouldn't be using it. So I guess now they're going to fight about it. Al Snow has been 2-0 up to this point. Shawn Michaels, I believe, is 1-1 because of the tournament loss. Maybe 2-1 at this point. It's two young guys, two guys with a lot of potential for the future. I guess they're just mad at each other. Snow seems mostly to find it funny that Shawn Michaels is so mad. He's been goading him a bit. Shawn's just young and upset. Steiner versus Kosugi's just kind of a filler match. Neither guy has anything really to gain or lose from this, but Kosugi needs a win. Hasn't won yet. Steiner's only done tag matches so far, so this will be a good opportunity for him to show what he can do by himself, given that his brother is injured right now. Owen Hart versus Hase, another filler fight. No grudges between the two. Hase's looked really good. Owen's looked really good. Both have losses on their record, but neither have looked out of sorts. Got a tag match of Dean Malenko and Tanaka versus Kawada and Ishikawa. Malenko and Kawada don't like each other. Malenko is obsessed. Doesn't seem to be letting up. Kawada turned down a one-on-one match with him because he doesn't think he's worth the time. But he was able to get goaded into a tag match because Tanaka and Ishikawa also had a fight anyway. So hopefully Malenko will get it out of his system at this point. Brickhouse Brown versus Goto. Brown, it's not much of a feud, but Brown did take a snipe at Goto, saying that his backdrops were amateurish and didn't have the impact they deserved. Now, what we've seen of Brickhouse Brown's backdrops, they're not all that pretty, but I guess it's not about pretty. It's about whether or not they're effective. So Brown's new to the organization, but he looks like he at least has some capability. Goto, though, is solid upper mid-card. So I have a feeling Brown's kind of biting off more than he can chew there. Samoa SWAT team versus the Kiniski brothers. This one's just to kind of find the pecking order of the tags. Right now, it's still kind of all up in the air on who's who, but Samoa SWAT being part of the Island Empire, they're looking pretty good so far, at least powerful. We'll see if they can keep it up, though. They've got to keep up with Kokina and Sika, who's on this card. Oh, no, wait, I just noticed this card has an error on it. This is not the right card. Oh, no. What terribleness has occurred? This is an incorrect card. Let's do a little switch right here. Watch, it's going to be real big, real crazy for a second. Whoa, too much. I don't like that. Too big. Fit to screen. There's the one we're looking for. Yeah, because Takada, he's not fighting. There we go. Everything else so far was right, but we had a little mix-up there at the top. So, oh, I got to put my face up front. Got to put the face forward. Face has to be forward. There we go. Maybe make me a little bit smaller so we can kind of see. Nah, that's fine, because we've already talked about those ones. Laparca against Blade Runner Rock. This is another one where it's kind of a half feud. We have Blade Runner Rock, who is part of the Blade Runner team, and Laparca, which is part of the Beneath. They, Blade Runners, wanted a tag match. It was turned down by Beneath right now because Vampiro has another feud going on, couldn't be at this show. So they decided to just have Blade Runner Rock versus Laparca for now. I don't have good hopes or high hopes for Laparca on this one. Jake Roberts and Cactus Jack is definitely a feud. Cactus lost the tournament match against Jake Roberts. It's kind of his fault. Like, it wasn't like... He has nobody to blame but himself. He could have won the fight, but he just kept trying to get Jake to submit or be down for the 10 count. Now, he has said in this one, Jake can go for the pin. He's going to get a 10 count out of it. That's a tall order, but we'll see if he can pull it off. And then Nobuhiko Takada's taking on Kokina, another part of the Island Empire. He is kind of the number 2 to the Wild Samoan Sika. And then we have, of course, the champion Sika going up against Scott Hall. So there's kind of this four-way going on here. Kokina's part of the Island Empire with the Wild Samoan Sika. He says he's happy to fight for the belt. Sika says he will always grant whoever wants to fight. But they are from the same faction, so it would be a little strange. But if they want to fight, who's going to stop them? So if he can get the win here, I guess we'll have an all-Island Empire fight. Takada has vowed after his tournament loss to Sika to grab the belt. Seems difficult. He's pretty much outsized by like, I think 40 pounds by everyone on the top 4 list. Scott Hall was able to get the win over, I believe, Cactus Jack to get his opportunity here. But he also kind of just gets the opportunity because no one else is there for it. Like, no one else is ready to do it. Nobody wanted to take the short notice jump into this show, and Scott Hall was ready to do it, and coming off of a pretty solid win, why not? Makes sense, right? So he's there to do it. He can shock a lot of people by winning. I don't think many people are picking him to win, but you never know. I mean, he's powerful. He has enough stamina. Sika, we don't know about his stamina yet, so we'll see what they can do. So without further ado, we don't need to listen to more of me, right? We can just get to the show. Now, I hope I set up the show right, given that I already put a graphic up incorrectly. Let's see if I can put the show up properly. Who knows? That's the exciting part about streaming live, I guess. I'm not sure. And now you're just going to hear my beautiful voice rather than see my amazing face. Hopefully, hear my voice. If you can't hear my voice, let me know. Because that will be annoying if I talk for like 2 hours and you can't hear anything. That would defeat the purpose, kind of.
Fight!
Okay, finally found my voice. Sorry, that probably felt very abrupt that I came in out of nowhere. Almost had a problem there. So, fighting for the super kick here. Oh, I gotta turn down the game audio a little bit so you can hear me, alright? We don't need to hear the oohs and ahs that go over and over. So this is essentially who's going to get control of that super kick, but like I was saying before I realized my audio wasn't working, I feel like either guy's going to keep using it. Both of these guys are young and dumb and think they're the greatest in the world, so I feel like a loss wouldn't actually stop them from doing it. Snow going for an early pin, doesn't even get a 1 count. A little crazy. A lot of striking going on early on. Sean loves to do these closed fist strikes, which apparently TG Grunt is all for. He likes them. We saw Sean using a lot of punches in the tournament as well. Here he goes for a pile driver. Doesn't get it though. Al Snow with a nice counter. Snow has been much better than people thought he'd be. Oh, as he takes a brutal backbreaker. Into the corner goes Snow. Another drop kick, running drop kick from Shawn Michaels. Throws him into another corner. Yeah, but as I was saying, Snow has looked a lot better than people might have expected early on. He is young, doesn't have the most refined skills, although here, using some intelligence, working on the limbs, trying to get... Oh, but something must have happened to him while he was working on the limbs, because he just takes a brutal elbow, a second one from Shawn Michaels. Is Shawn going to go for a third? No, instead, smartly goes for the pin. 1, 2, and nope, not yet. Too early. Now Sean's turn to be in the corner. Snow doesn't run after him. Showing some intelligence there. No reason to run into that and then slam to the turnbuckle. Oh, it takes a little too long to set it up, and now Sean has another opportunity for a big moment. Double axe handle off the top. I thought he was going to go missile kick. 1, 2, and 2.9. Oh, I thought that was going to be a quick match. That would be embarrassing for Snow if he went out in under 5 minutes. Snow, a lot of corner work here. Both guys just seem to want to slam each other into the corner. Nice chops from Snow. And a nice counter from Sean. Gives himself a little time and is able to get up first. Goes for a pin for some reason. That was silly. No reason to pin there. Another corner sling. A lot of Irish whipping. There's another one. Back into the corner. More chops. I think we know what the strategy is here, is to just beat each other up. We've actually seen a lot more fisticuffs than we've seen actual wrestling maneuvers right now. Which, you know, fair enough. These guys don't like each other, might as well. Sean looks like he's setting up a finisher or a sig. Nope, just goes for a nice brainbuster. Sometimes you gotta just go for a vertical suplex. Oh, a little do-si-do action. Who's gonna get the better of this one? Looks like Sean might get it with an enziguri, but nope, Snow rolled right with it and devastating kick. Wasn't the super kick though. I thought he was gonna go for the super kick right off the bat there. Nice jumping lariat from Shawn Michaels. And he's been favoring that drop kick throughout this fight. Whips him into the ropes, this time not the corner, and a running bulldog counter. Very nice from Snow. You've got to wonder how much... Both these guys have a lot of stamina as far as we've seen, but, I mean, they're working at a high clip right now. Sean looking to slow it down a little bit. More strikes between the two. Sean again with a little forearm strike. Oh, and a spinning back kick. A little heel strike. There's still no... Oh, no. Sean, what are you doing? Going for the low blow, losing fans, but going for another sharp elbow from the turnbuckle. Both guys are tired. I do think Sean is getting the more powerful of the interactions, although some of those high kicks... Oh, here goes Sean with another high spot. Goes for a body press. 1, 2, 3. Sean is the king of the super kick. No super kicks thrown in the fight about super kicks. That's wild. And a pretty short match. I thought Snow would be able to give Snow would be able to give Sean just a bit more. But no, instead it's Sean getting it in just over 8 minutes with a diving body press and a pinfall. I was just saying that it looked like Sean was getting the stronger of the interactions. There's a lot of chopping back and forth, but he was doing top rope moves, some vertical suplexes. Anyway, we don't have time. We got to move on. Scott Steiner coming in, his first singles match, as he takes on the winless Kosugi. Kosugi's really struggled in all of his matches so far. He just has been a step and a half behind everybody. He has his moments where he at least looks competent. Like, he doesn't look like he doesn't know how to wrestle. It's just he doesn't seem to know when to implement the wrestling. It looked like he might have a moment there, but instead Steiner with a nice reversal, but Kosugi a nice reversal back. We're seeing a little more from him already. I don't think we've ever seen him actually do some grappling chains. There's some nice moves. Well, Kosugi decided to show up today and look very snazzy early on. And as I say that, misses a pretty simple double leg, but a nice head and shoulder hip toss. So the two right now just trying to figure out who's the better chain wrestler at this point. We're going to have Steiner moving it around. I thought he was going to go for another hip toss, but instead gets a nice stiff headlock. And Kosugi with a little corkscrew slam. Now with a head and arm choke. Gotta say, I'm impressed early by Kosugi. So we really don't know much about Steiner because a lot of what we see from him is working with his brother. Most of the moves he does are power moves. Even his strikes, a lot of power lariats, a lot of head and arm takeovers, some pretty strong slams. Kosugi really seems to be favoring a certain set of moves, and that could become problematic later if Steiner can figure out the pattern. It's going to be a short and painful road for Kosugi. Kosugi, there's one of those hard strikes. Steiner just has that extra power. There's just a bullying takedown. Big brother mode. Stiff elbow from Kosugi. Throws him in the corner. He's going to launch into the corner with a nice little back press. Not bad, but then right into... Oh, never mind. A reversal. A little butterfly suplex almost, but nope. Kosugi is showing that he does know how to wrestle. Maybe he does belong in the league. A lot of people weren't sure. Look at that, a beautiful reversal there. Kosugi now needs to counter again, and he does so effectively. A nice vertical suplex. So, it looks like Steiner's working from the bottom in this match. Surprisingly, I think most people assumed Steiner would just bulldoze with power. Certainly using some power, but it looks like Kosugi kind of sees what Steiner's strategy is and is able to counter a lot of the time. He's definitely worked on the head and arm. There's that butterfly suplex. Could be the start of the turn against Kosugi. There's a nice vertical from Steiner, although Kosugi rolled with it, got up quick. Little do-si-do action. And Kosugi gets the better of it with some knife chops. I'm surprised. I don't know what to say about it. He's doing so well compared to what we've seen in the past that I don't even know how to speak positively about him. A nice little short armbar there. Little chest slap to boot. He does need to add some power to this. He is being crafty. Oof. But that belly to belly off of the Irish whip, that's the difference. As Steiner's hitting him with the big moves. And as we just saw in the last match, the big moves make a difference in the end. Unless he can be crafty. Here's a nice little guillotine choke. Grunt was over there to check if it was going to be a submission, but I don't think we're going to see Steiner submit anytime soon. Little heel lock, putting some pressure on the knee as well, is Steiner. A little butterfly of his own for Kasugi. Yeah, that was a pretty nice move. A little stall at the top, too. Had some style and pizzazz to it. But he walks right into another vertical suplex. Every time I want to give him a compliment, he starts messing it up. Steiner looking a little worse for wear, and that corkscrew slam is not going to do him any good. It's going to become one of those things where people are going to be embarrassed to lose to Kasugi if he keeps losing. 1, 2, and nope. Kick out at a pretty early 2 there. Maybe a 2.5. Nice reversal Irish whip from Steiner and another belly-to-belly suplex. Steiner looking for the snapmare. Ooh, into a brutal chin lock. We've seen those used to effect in this league. People have really been working on those because I guess it's just that knee to the lower back pain when you're wrenching on the chin. It's one of those things. It's hard to train the spine. Another corkscrew. Seems like we're having a battle of the corkscrew slams and vertical slams. Looks like Steiner's got stuck for a second, but you know he's going to turn it around. Kasugi with the double reversal. Someone's got to figure out something. Butterfly, will that do it? Nope, because he's going to get reversed again. Can Kasugi finally get a win? A jumping knee to the sternum. That could be it. 1, 2, no. That's not good news for Kasugi. He needs some more power. That'll do a little bit of damage. He's going to go for the top rope again. I don't know if you should try to get Kasugi. Oh, a missile drop. It does land. The missile kick worked. 1, 2, and no, not even close. I don't think Kasugi, I think he doesn't weigh enough. Because that should have put him down. That should have been it. Maybe Steiner took some extra gear today. Into the corner goes Kasugi. Oh, a little back and forth. Who's going to take the corner control? Kasugi gets that short arm bar again. He has been working the limbs this time, more than we've ever seen him do before. Usually it's a lot of chopping, a lot of wrestling around, but not actually working for the submission. Uh-oh, Steiner to the top now. Steiner with a praying elbow. 1, 2, and oh, 2.9. I thought that was it. I was already feeling sad for Kasugi. Steiner just lurching his way over to the corner in no rush. Again, not a great sign for Kasugi that Steiner is just kind of taking his time. Outside the ring, Kasugi goes. Grunt's got a pretty slow count to the outside, so I don't think we have to worry too much about countouts, but you never know. It definitely could happen, especially if Steiner lands his finisher on the outside. Oh my god. That is not where you're supposed to do that move. Is Kasugi okay? I don't think he's alright. He might be seriously injured, and I'm wondering if he's even going to be able to get back up. We're at 18 now, and Kasugi looks like he's out. That's it. He did get up right at the end, but instead Steiner gets the count out. My goodness, the slam on the outside. The spike. Oof. Spiking the dome on the outside. Those mats on the outside are not enough protection for that move. Someone's going to have a talk to Steiner about that. That was brutal. So Blade Runner Rock is coming out because as of this point, Laparca still has not actually agreed to the fight. Now it's on the card, so we expect to see it, but Laparca has said nothing about it. Blade Runner Rock demanded it. Ownership said they accepted the fight to put on the fight. But Laparca hasn't actually said that he's going to do it, so we're all a little worried he's just not going to show up. I don't think anyone's seen him in the back yet. Oh, well, there you go. Rock saw him, so he's back there somewhere. So I guess we'll see if he actually shows up What's Rock gonna do if he doesn't? Next, we've got the young and vibrant Owen Hart. Hasn't had the best time so far in the league, but he's looked really good for a young wrestler. He's got a bright future ahead of him if he can just figure out. He gets a little over exuberant, goes for a few too many risky moves, sometimes goes for style over impact. And Hiroshi Hase is kind of the opposite. He is methodical, he works for the finish at all times. So this is a real clash of styles, but two styles that I think it's important for each guy to go up against. Hase has to learn how to deal with that sort of fast-paced, ooh, the nice neck breaker from Hart. It looks like Hart's trying to slow it down a little bit as compared to what he usually does, which could actually throw Hase off. Yeah, Hase also lacks the entrance music as of right now. Not everyone has an entrance song yet. It's hard to get the rights to the music. And Hase is, I think he's kind of making a statement against style. He wants substance. So don't worry about the music. Worry about what I can do. Nice submission hold here. Look at that beautiful butterfly leg lock. A little chin strap to boot. So it does look like Owen has slowed down a bit compared to what we're used to seeing. Going for more submission holds, not going for so many high-flying moves, but I have a feeling that's only going to last a short time as he hits a nice knife chop to the chest and then goes for a little hammer lock. Both guys miss with strikes. Thought he was going to go for the dragon screw there. Instead, it just nice little trip and back to a limb. Gotta say, I'm impressed by this. We have not seen this from Owen Hart before. It's usually going right to the corner work, high-flying, big moves. Instead, it's Hase kind of pushing the action. Beautiful lariat in the corner that seems to have taken the wind out of Owen, but only gets a 1 count. So, as I said, both guys have losses on their records. Both also have wins, so we know that they're capable of winning. Hase with the submissions, Owen more often with the pinfall. But we've seen already, Owen seems to be committed to trying to show that he has some semblance of submission skills, which I don't think anyone would question given that he comes from the Hart Dungeon. Nice, but what is that? Pendulum backbreaker from Hase. I almost forgot the words that I needed to say. Ooh, a dirty little kick there from Owen. I don't think we've seen him. This is kind of a new Owen. He seems like he's trying to prove a point. Beating Hase at his own game. Not sure it's the best strategy. It's good to go with your strengths, but he is taking less chances. There's some rough slams of the head into the corner. This is a whole new Owen Hart we're seeing. Going for the pin, 1. Oh, barely 1. So this might be the time where he has to uncork some stronger moves. Instead goes for a nice closed fist, gets a chop to the neck for that one. And this is what Hase loves to do, this wrenching chin lock. Really puts his back into it. Owen able to scramble out, now looks like he's going for a backdrop. Nope, goes for the atomic drop, and right back to that shoulder arm lock. Rough stuff from Owen Hart, kind of like it. Now if he can mix this with his high flying when it's the right time to do so, it's going to be hard to stop. Another headlock from Hase. He does love these headlocks. He likes to finish with that chin lock too. A Northern Lights press. 1, 2, 2.9. Oh, he was so close. That's his finisher too. That's not a great sign he went for the finisher so early, but maybe he was just hoping to catch him off guard. That one usually finishes matches. I don't know that we've seen it kicked out of before. To be fair, Grunt was a little slow getting over there. So I think Owen has reason to be a little annoyed by that he didn't get that pin. The nice vertical suplex from Owen. Owen looking for the reversal here. Does get it. Turns him over. A little leg scissor there from Hase to gain the escape. And a neck breaker again from Hart. Trading knife chops. Hase doing a good job avoiding those chops. I think that's the 4th or 5th time we've seen them miss. The flapjack from Hase. This could be it. 1, 2. Ooh, no. So both guys have used their finishers now. Both kind of pressing the issue a little too soon. I'm surprised by that as well. You don't see that, and you can see the toll that it's taken on both of the guys going for their top moves so early. A suplex out of the ring. There goes Owen. Now, we did see a count out last time despite Grunt's slower count to the outside. He does try to give time for the guys to get back in. Another headlock from Hase. You can see how he's always wrenching the headlocks. He doesn't just hold them. He really wrenches into them. He uses the hips to really get in there. Another chop to the throat as well. Nice backdrop there. 1, 2, and that's gonna not be it. That's not it. We don't have it yet. Hart has figured out a way to deal with some of the worst stuff. A big boot to the face. But some of the strongest stuff we've seen from Hase in fights so far, and Hart's been able to deal with it. Here's a short arm lock here. Took Hart a little while to get out of that one. He may be fatiguing now. He does finally get a nice chop he's looking for. Ooh. That low drop kick is always painful to look at. 1, 2, not even close to a 3 yet. Both guys got the resilience in right now. Here we are in the corner. It looks like we're going to get a monkey flip. There it is. You know, once Owen puts him in the corner, he's going for a monkey flip. Wow, what happened there? I think Owen gave up on the submission. A nice little backflip off the top rope. Another low drop kick. Is he going to go for the pin again? No, he's going to do a flip. Got to do a flip first. Here comes that high flyer. Boom, right in the back. That could do it. 1, 2. Ooh, not even close to 3. And out of the ring he goes. I don't know if Hase was just kind of playing it safe there. Uh-oh. Oh boy, there goes Owen, spinning in a circle. Hase has done it every single fight now. He can't help it. He's got to send people on a journey around the world. Could we get 2 countouts in 2 matches? Nope, we won't. At least not yet. Uh-oh. 1 chop sends Owen down. Looks like Hase's setting up for a finish. Little exuberant stomp there. Goes for a lion tamer with the arm trapped in. Owen doesn't look like he's ready to submit yet. Nope, he guts his way out of it. Another arm lock. We've seen this before. Is Owen going to find a way out? He does with a sharp elbow. Now an elbow to the back sends him to the floor. Hase going right back to a lion tamer. Arm trapped in. Owen's got to fight his way out. It's taking him longer and longer to get out of these submissions. Another neck breaker. Seems to be a favored move. And, well, he's not so tired as he can't do a backflip, so that's a good sign for fans of Owen Hart. Looks like he's about to posture him up to go to the top rope. Nope, instead just gives him a rough kick to the back. Uh-oh, that was a finisher. Instead, he doesn't go for the finish yet. He adds a second signature onto it. These brutal backdrops. And I think this might do it. 1, 2. No! I don't know how. We haven't seen Owen fight through moves like this. Maybe it's because it's a pay-per-view, but he's trying hard. Uh-oh, little roll-up there. Thought he might have him, but Grunt didn't even move. Grunt wasn't interested in counting that pin. Little counter for Owen. Nice little move, but Hase able to work his way out. In the corner, we're going to see another monkey flip. Monkey flip. He can't help himself. He has to do them. It's his favorite move. Manhattan drop. Brutal tailbone attack with the knee. But Owen looks like he's not trying for the finisher, and he gave Hase time to turn it around. Looks like Owen's going to try to turn around himself. Does get the arm and neck hold. Little scarf choke, essentially. But it's not going to do. Snapmare. Short arm, this could be it, and it is. Hase is so brutal, even with those seemingly simple submissions. Once the other guy's worn down, Hase just finds that joint and wrenches it. Hart looked good throughout the match. I thought he was going to finally take it. I think it was those last couple of signatures where he was just Urage dropping him, and by that point, Owen just didn't have much left. We saw him take that 1 knife chop and just fall to his knees. Never a good sign when that happens. So next up, we got an interesting match here. Dean Malenko, obsessed in his hatred for Kawada. But instead of granting a one-on-one, Kawada would only match with him if they did a tag team match, because he and Ishikawa are trying to figure out if they want to work together for the Honor Bound show, which is still, I think, like 6 months away. But everyone right now is trying to figure out who they can partner with if they don't already have a set tag team. So Dean was willing to take the match. He couldn't find anybody to work with. He finally asked Tanaka, who has not had a great record so far. But I think Dean just feels he's going to be able to win it no matter what. I don't think he feels he even needs someone else in there. We've already seen some tension between Tanaka and Malenko, mostly just due to both of them having surly personalities. So far, though, Malenko looking really strong against Kawada until he starts taking those face kicks. That's what started to get him last time. So for those that don't know, there was some controversy in the TG. No, not the TG. It had to do with TG. It was in the GP, where Malenko was said to have submitted, but after the submission was called, he had already started working out of the submission. So there was a lot of back and forth between Malenko and Kawada. Kawada just wanted to drop it. He had made it all the way to the finals of the tournament, and I think now because of that, he feels like he should be vying for a top spot. Malenko has just been obsessed with getting another match, but hasn't really proven he deserves to be up in that top spot with Kawada. So it's just sort of this endless obsession that Malenko has. Ishikawa is now the new guy on the scene, or the new face on the scene, I should say. There's a couple new guys. And he has looked pretty good so far. He hasn't really found a place for himself, though. No one's sure if he's a lower mid-card guy, an upper mid-card guy, maybe even a main eventer. The fans seem to really respond to him. But there just hasn't been much there for him to prove as of yet, because we're still early days. Kawada not even looking to help Ishikawa in an opportunity to. Oh, brutal back kick from Malenko. Everything Malenko does seems like it's just with ill intent. It's not just to get the pinfall, it's to hurt the guy. Tanaka not looking to help out, neither is Kawada. Seems like there's a bit of dysfunction in both tag teams right now as far as people knowing when to come out and help. Ishikawa should probably get out of this corner. He's just kind of letting himself stay in that corner. There he goes, working towards the center. But gets dragged right back over by Malenko. Now Malenko's going to go for submission after submission. Kawada is so uninterested in Malenko that he won't even come in to help his partner. I mean, Ishikawa needs some help. He can do something. Oof, brutal. Knee stamp there. I mean, Malenko's already taken full control here. Malenko has said multiple times that if it wasn't for Grunt, there's no doubt he would have won that match, and he did look good. I think it was much more evenly matched than Malenko's willing to admit. But he did look like he had pretty good control of that match towards the end until Kawada locked in that chin lock with the knee into the lower spine. And for whatever reason, I can't talk, Grunt just decided to call it. And to be fair, I mean, it was locked in, but right as he called it is when Malenko was coming out of the hold. Now, Kawada would probably say, well, I was starting to release the hold because he called the fight. And so that's why Malenko was able to start moving again, but I don't know, it's too close to call when you look at the video. So, what are you going to do? They should fight at some point, but I think we can all understand why Kawada would rather be trying to vie for a top spot than just deal with Malenko being an angry, petulant child. Vertical suplex for Kawada on Tanaka. A pin here, 1, 2, and no, well, I don't know what Malenko was swiping at up top. Was he just distracting Grunt? Again, a little miscommunication in the corners there. Maybe Ishikawa wanted to make sure that Kawada could get the tag, but he most certainly was not coming in to help out. Nice dragon twist there. Malenko interrupting the vertical suplex and then puts Ishikawa in the corner. Looking for a second rope DDT and lands it. Oof. Malenko is just brutal. 1, 2, nothing doing. Back into the corner goes Ishikawa. Looks like he's going for a second DDT from the second rope. Oh my god. Ishikawa's dead. There's nothing left for him. Should go for the pin now. There he goes. 1, 2. Oh, Ishikawa. A little bit of resilience there. I can't believe he's alive. I'm going to guess he's not all there right now. Does get a nice double axe handle, but I think Kawada had distracted Malenko. If there's one thing you know you can do, you can distract Malenko just by being Kawada. But Ishikawa holding his own. Gets Tanaka out of there so that Malenko has to deal with a 2-on-1 right now. Ooh, pretty brutal looking backbreaker there. Now, between these two here, Kawada and Tanaka, Kawada is most certainly the better wrestler. But Tanaka still holding some resilience. I don't think Tanaka's taken enough damage. A brutal lariat from Malenko. He just hates Kawada so much. Right back to the center. Malenko graciously gets out of the ring because Grunt was about to disqualify him. There's those brutal little snapping face kicks. I don't know anybody else that does that. It seems to only be Kawada, and he has perfected that move. It just drains the opponent. Oh, what a nice little axe kick to the back of the head of Malenko. Now he's got Tanaka in an arm lock, but Tanaka reverses it, gets a headlock. Tanaka's trying to hold his own. We're certainly seeing better from Ishikawa out of the two non-feuding members. Although he was dropped on his head twice. So, not sure it's the best idea to bring him into the match. I think Kawada should probably stay in there. Oh, I think Ishikawa slipped a little bit. Beautiful German suplex there, releasing German too. 1, 2, and... Ooh, that was close. I wasn't sure what to do if Ishikawa won that one. I don't even know what to say for Malenko at that point. That would be a truly disheartening loss for him. I think everyone expects either Kawada or Malenko to get the pin here. But, I mean, we've seen Ishikawa already get a surprise win in his first match, so maybe he's got a little more than we give him credit for. Just hard to know where he's at. He's had one good win and one loss. He does have that beautiful walking vertical suplex, though. Oh, beautiful top rope move from Malenko. I mean, he's pulling out all the stops, but he keeps doing it to Ishikawa. I thought he was mad at Kawada. So what's going on there? Now it's Ishikawa's turn to give a little damage in the corner. Now, out of these two, no one was quite certain who would be the better in a head-to-head. It looks pretty even so far. Little submission hold. Kawada comes out to try to break it up. Malenko gets in the way, though. Goes for a rolling pin. Not sure why he's doing that right now. Little scissor takedown. Tanaka with the reversal on Ishikawa. And Malenko goes back. I think he knows he's kind of testing the limits of what Grunt will allow. Ooh, a mean little kick to the knee to destabilize Ishikawa, and now he's going for a ride with the power bomb. Malenko keeps absolutely punishing Ishikawa. I guess he's just mad that he decided to team with him. 1, 2, and nothing doing. He was too close to Kawada anyway. I'm not sure if Kawada broke that up or he was getting out. Malenko keeps going for pins. Not sure, maybe he took a little damage on those second rope moves. Might have hit his head. Ishikawa seems to constantly get better control when it has to do with those situations. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Malenko's freaking out. Malenko's having a conniption. Malenko, Dean, what's going on? Oh boy, how long is this gonna go? How long are we gonna let Dean Malenko freak out? Look at him. He's having an absolute fit. Also, where's Grunt? I think Grunt's being distracted by Kawada. If I could zoom out, I would. What's going on here? Malenko, Dean, my boy, you gotta get yourself together. I think he's just screaming at Tanaka. This seems to be the situation of tough love. Malenko saying, Tanaka, you got yourself into this mess. You've got to get yourself out of this mess. I'm not going to be here to save you every time. You want to be tag partners? Figure it out. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't look great because we're just kind of watching Tanaka's leg get ripped apart by Ishikawa. And Ishikawa has no reason to let go. He's got to be a little mad at Grunt. What's Grunt doing? Where's Grunt right now? Is he having a little conversation with Kawada? Is that what's happening? They're just having their mid-match tea? Are they spilling tea? Well, that's going to be a dated reference in like 6 months. I mean, at this point, Tanaka might as well just quit his career because all the ligaments in his leg are absolutely done. It's just, Malenko's just screaming at Tanaka. And I guess he's just tired of beating up Ishikawa for Tanaka, or on behalf of Tanaka. So I guess we're just going to see how long it takes for these two to be done screaming at each other. At this point, Tanaka's already given up, but Grunt isn't there to hear it. I mean, he doesn't even know how to get out of the hold. So he's just losing all the cartilage in his leg, I guess. Probably his ankle isn't doing too great either. This has to be one of the most brutal submissions holds I've ever seen. Only outdone by the fact that Malenko is absolutely losing his mind right now. Look at him. He can't sit still. He's just shaking. Absolutely shaking. Oh, Ishikawa finally lets go? I think Ishikawa might have a Charlie horse from holding that hold too long. Tanaka's now out of the hold. And decides to pose it up. Not sure what Tanaka's doing. And now he's attacking Malenko. What's going on? Malenko now in a fight with his tag partner Tanaka while Ishikawa seems to be dealing with some sort of inner thigh cramp. Malenko seems to be bewildered at this point. He can't figure out why he's being attacked. Now pointing at Ishikawa saying, "You're next." And then finally just gives it to Ishikawa. He's just done with Pat Tanaka, I suppose. And Pat seems like he's also out of sorts. They're locking up again. The partners are now in a fight with each other. Malenko is not paying attention to the team he's supposed to be facing. Almost a double team from Kawada and Tanaka. Well, Malenko's never going to forgive him for that. And now it looks like Tanaka's just leaving. So, wow. I think Tanaka just had enough of Malenko berating him and not helping him out. To be fair, I guess you can't really blame him for it. So now Malenko's going to be 1-on-2 against Kawada and Ishikawa. He's got the submission hold on Kawada, and for some reason Ishikawa wasn't helping out. I guess Grunt told him to go to the corner or he's going to be disqualified. A little baseball slide. That's what I'm talking about. Malenko, everything he does is vicious. A little do-si-do. Malenko wants to get the better of this. He doesn't want to lose face. Oh, but Kawada gets the better of it. Malenko just couldn't take all the short elbow strikes. A kick to the back of the knee, though. Going for a submission again, and Ishikawa's pretty far away. He might be able to get it here. Nope, Ishikawa's able to make it in time. Didn't look like he hurried all that much, though. A little low kick. Malenko able to escape the double team. With no one to tag now, Malenko's really got... Oh, those face kicks. Malenko's really got to figure out how to conserve energy or hope that one of these guys just gets laid out to the outside and he can kind of focus on one person. He's pointing at Kawada again. He's never going to let it go, is he? He just hates Kawada. Look at that. Kawada is not even interested. Kawada now, for some reason, moving to the opposite corner, then returning. Now going back to his position. So Ishikawa, beautiful lariat. 1, 2. Ooh. Malenko's not done yet. He hasn't taken too many power shots, to be fair, and it's been a while since he threw that conniption. I'm still interested in where Kawada went. 1, 2. That whole time when Ishikawa was holding that submission, we didn't see Kawada at all. Uh-oh. Pile driver. A big scream from Ishikawa. He needs to pin him now. He's taking too long. Look at that. Now he's in the corner. A little roll-up. 1, 2, far too close to the corner. Did he think Kawada wasn't going to stop him? Ooh, mean double team there. And now the submission hold. Bit of a sharpshooter there from Ishikawa. Kawada just gets to watch it, but no, Malenko finds his way out. But Kawada's just not going to let it go either, I guess. Both guys are just going to keep goading each other. I mean, at this point, Kawada's got to fight Malenko. Another baseball slide right into the face. Malenko's fighting uphill, but he's not out of it. Although this could do it. Oh, nice little turnaround. Another point. Malenko likes to point at people. A takedown. Going for a pin. 1, 2. Oh. I mean, if Malenko can pull this out, that's going to be wild. A pin on the wrong guy. I think Malenko didn't really know where he was or who was grabbing him. 1, 2. Nothing yet. Malenko takes him to the center. Not a wise move. Should probably take him back to his corner. Another takedown. Another roll-up. 1, 2, and 3. He got it. Malenko got the 2-on-1 win and then mocks Kawada. My goodness. Well, now, here's the new problem, though. I can't believe he won that. But here's the new problem. Now Malenko has 2 people he hates. And that's going to be a real issue for him. Because he can't even focus due to his hatred of Kawada. And now Tanaka, which, by the way, this is Tanaka's first win in the league. Now Tanaka has the ire of Malenko. So I feel like Malenko's going to lose his mind even more than he already has. But we don't have time. Moving on to the next one. Brickhouse Brown. He's come in. He hasn't taken over, but he hasn't looked completely lost. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the show, if you weren't here, Brown did mock Goto's form for his backdrops, which I find somewhat ironic, just because his backdrops don't look great, but I guess his point is his has a little more power and oomph to it, while Goto's really doesn't have anything. It looked like Brickhouse was trying to do a chest-to-chest to see who was stronger, and neither guy really got it. Nice punches, though, from Brickhouse. Brickhouse definitely the underdog here, but don't tell him that. Nice body slam from Goto. Goto now taking, a snap suplex there. Brown definitely didn't come in here as a complete rookie. He has some experience under his belt. He's shown it in his matches. Beautiful jumping elbow. I keep mixing up the elbow and the shoulder. Why is that? Tries to go chest to chest again. Goto is not the biggest guy, but he's sturdy. Sidewalk slam from Goto has always been a good move for him as he goes for it again. He loves that move. Sets up everything else. Early pin isn't going to do much. Goto strong arming again. He's just got a little more power, or I guess we'd say strength there with the pull. Power, I think they're pretty even. Strength, Goto just has that grip strength. A beautiful fisherman's brainbuster there. That's a bit early for that, but I guess he wants to get him out of there after being somewhat offended by what Brickhouse said. Maybe he's just trying to make a point. Here's a back suplex. That's beautiful. 1, 2. No, didn't get it. I mean, Brickhouse does have some resilience. Another snap. We haven't seen a backdrop from Brickhouse. I wonder if Goto's going to try to stop him from ever even getting it. Some slams into the corner. Why not? Just bust open your opponent's face. Brickhouse trying to charge up the crowd, but he's against a crowd favorite. A beautiful sweeping neck breaker. Doesn't even get close to a 2 count. And that's one of his signature moves. Bulldog from Goto. We've seen a lot of guys pulling out their signatures a tad early. You know, it's one thing if you've got one that just absolutely slaps and you know that you can get the finish. Another backdrop. 1, 2, and Brickhouse finding a way out. Just kind of rolled out of that one. Doesn't really seem like he's awake yet. Big headbutt from Goto. We don't usually see him pull that one out. And then a knee to the face. Snapmare. A little showing off from Goto. We don't see too much of that either. Guys today have been really pulling out all the stops. Big elbow misses. Brickhouse now going for his own. Knee drop to right in the center of the back. That could do it. 1, 2. Nope. Grunt takes a little long to get out there. Boom, there's that backdrop from Brickhouse. Now, you notice, you see how I don't think it looks as good as Goto's. Beautiful jumping drop. I can't think of the words, because now I'm looking at another beautiful backdrop from Goto. Could that be it? 1, 2. Again, Brickhouse just kind of flops his way out of it. I don't even think he's conscious when he does it. A nice missile tackle there. 1, 2. Again, 2.9. Something of a survival skill from Brickhouse. He learns just how to turn his body so his shoulder gets up just in time, even though he doesn't seem fully there. Another backdrop from Brickhouse, though. Bit of a survival move. Doesn't seem like he's all back yet. Didn't think that was going to be a pin. Now, I thought Brickhouse was going to go for a jump there, but instead he's just waiting it out. Probably a smart idea. Get a little bit of his... get his lungs back. But that one slap puts him down. That's never a good sign. Another missile. No, instead a tough lariat from Goto. Now is he going to go? No, instead goes for a submission. Is he going to get it? Brickhouse doesn't look like he's enjoying that move very much. He does work his way out of it. But he's got nothing left. And it looks like Goto's going to go for that submission again, maybe? No. Instead, another tough lariat. Into the corner goes Brickhouse. Running, I think that was a short elbow, and then, a European uppercut that absolutely floored him. And now back to that submission. I think this might do it. There it is. Goto's looking strong. I can't say he's a main card guy yet, or main event guy yet. He always does that. Don't go for a pin after you've already got the win, Goto. He's always showing people up. Just, it's rude. For all that talk about losing face and being honorable and don't blah blah blah, and then you do that. So Brickhouse did not look like he was up to the challenge there. He had some moments, didn't look great. It's time for tag team action. The Kiniski brothers. We can't figure out if these guys are good or not. Sometimes they look great. Sometimes they look awful. And they're going against the Samoan SWAT team. The Island Nation representatives, the Island Empire representatives, the tag team. Now they are considered the weak link. But they also aren't terrible. They've just gone up against some good talent. I don't think their cohesion is fully there yet. I think they'll get there. They're young. They gotta work on their stamina. Their power is most definitely there. Strength is there. But sometimes they lack tactic. And they do get distracted on the outside sometimes. That's been the downfall of them so far. Now, I can't remember which Kiniski's which. So I'm gonna go with this one being Kelly. I'm just gonna stick with it. And if I'm wrong, sorry. So Kelly, well, luckily Kelly's name works both for men and women, because I have a feeling now this Kelly's junk don't work no more. Classic Island Empire choke, and the brother just doesn't care. I think he was calling for that tag, but like maybe help out your brother when he's being choked. Headbutt, classic headbutt. We're seeing a lot of the classic moves from the SWAT team already. Fatu and Samu. I also can't remember which one's Fatu and which one's Samu. So I'm going to go here, Fatu. Why? Because he's the bigger one. If I'm wrong, sorry. Nice lariat from the Kiniskis. So the one thing the Kiniskis most definitely have is cohesion. They're brothers. They've wrestled together their whole lives. They do have... Oh, a Samoan drop. This could be an early finish. Oh, but instead he goes for a submission. Interesting. Fatu, not sure you should do that. Again, the brothers, I don't know if it's that they have enough faith in each other or that they just don't care about each other as much as we might have thought, because they do not come out and help each other sometimes. As I'm talking about cohesion, one thing I do have a problem with them, they do not come out and help each other when they're in a tight spot. Now again, maybe that has to do with trust, but I don't know. So both of these tag teams kind of need this win to prove that they deserve to be in the running for that Alliance title once it comes out. We're still a few months away from anybody getting it. Another Samoan backdrop. Now both Samu and Fatu do not use that backdrop to the same level as Sika. When Sika lands it, you know the fight's over. Another choke. And this time the brother does come help out. So maybe that might be a bad strategy for them. It kind of seems like it's a tell that a submission is in pretty tight if the brother comes out. Oof, brutal backbreaker. Sort of a kidney buster, really. And another choke. I mean, they really seem to be going after those chokes this time. Thought we were going to get a backdrop there, but instead... Oh, no. Instead, the brother's going to go for the atomic drop. Back to who I'm going to pretend is Kelly. There's a double drop kick. That's what I'm talking about. These Kiniskis do know how to work together when they put their minds to it. Sometimes they seem a little distracted or uninterested. Or maybe they just sometimes like seeing their brother get beat up. As we see a retreating Samu, Fatu back in. Hopefully Fatu. And now Kiniski finds himself in the wrong corner. Bit of mocking there from the Samoan SWAT team. We haven't seen either team, other than the Samoan drops. Oof. We haven't seen either group really take control of this match. Now that I say that, it looks like Fatu's really taking control. Those headbutts are always vicious. Big chop from Fatu. To be fair, Kelly took it pretty well. Or Nick, I don't know. And thrown to the outside. Now this might be a smart strategy from, well, I guess it won't matter if they don't get to the outside. Throwing the Samoan SWAT team, either member, to the outside is a smart move. Or I guess put yourself on the outside and hope they follow. But they do get distracted on the outside. They like to go for big moves rather than make sure they get back in the ring. A Russian leg sweep on the outside and a sidewalk slam on the inside. The Kiniskis are starting to take over. Oh, and as I say that, brutal low shot. Sidewalk slam from Fatu there. Got left laying down though. He seems to be running out of stamina. Not great for him as he takes a backdrop. Does get up pretty quick though. Seemed to roll with it well. European uppercut. Ooh, Fatu just outnumbered and he's looking pretty tired. Gets tripped to the ground. That means only one thing. Here comes that choke, but it's the wrong guy choking him. Grunt's not interested in calling it if you're the wrong guy. Look how long that hold was on though. It's a bad sign for Fatu. There's a slam, but he rolled right through it. Gets up and lands the backbreaker, which gives him time to get to his corner. And the big vertical suplex. So Fatu needs to now find his way out as Samu takes over with a nice backdrop. And a beautiful leg drop as well. Kaniski still look like they have a bit more control in this match. Bit of gloating there. Not sure that's a great idea when you're kind of working from behind. Another beautiful leg drop. He is starting to turn the momentum. Kaniski's got to make sure they keep that momentum. This might not be the best time to do a tag. Should have brought him to the corner first, but I guess he lured him to the corner. So effectively works out the same. Double Mongolian chop, and then a devastating kidney buster. 1, 2, and 2. I thought that was it. Thought we had it. Belly to belly sort of spinning suplex there, but another kidney bust. Those look so bad. They look so painful. Bringing Fatu back in, probably not the best idea. Fatu is definitely the more tired of the two. Oh, we saw a super kick attempt there. I hope Sean didn't see that. Fatu immediately taking a backbreaker. This does not look good. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it was a bad idea to bring Fatu in. Kaniskis, this is what I'm talking about. The Kaniskis, they haven't, their last match, they did not look good. They were caught out of sorts. They were from behind the whole time or working from the bottom. And now they've beaten the Island Empire representatives, which Island Empire right now, they're the only true faction. But they are looking dominant overall. And yet can't get the win there against the Kaniskis. So the Kaniskis really staking their claim, putting their flag down in the tag division. Now Blade Runner Rock is in. Let's see if La Parka shows up. He called him out earlier. It's slated for him to show up, so let's see if he does. And he does. He comes out from the wrong corner, though. I think he was planning on sneaking up from behind to go after Blade Runner Rock, and he just got scared. La Parka is capable. He's just much smaller. Well, let's say much lighter. He just doesn't have the brutality. He's a bit of a prankster, bit of a joke guy. He definitely has some great moves already to the outside. He brings it every match. I mean, he's fun to watch. But I think this was not a great strategy to come out for this match. Now, if he had come out and attacked him in the walkway to kind of gain an advantage, you know, it's not honorable. But look at La Parka. Does he look like a guy who's going to be honorable? Heck no. La Parka, though, with his speed right now, working for him. Some good strikes, an enziguri, and then a kind of tumbling back kick. And then knees. Well, gotta say, whatever his strategy was coming into this has so far worked out. So, maybe I'm speaking ill of a true champion as he's getting ready. A little baseball attack in the corner. That's what I'm talking about. He's fun to watch. Boom! A leg drop from the top. And some gloating. This is wild. I mean, he's squashing Blade Runner Rock right now. Another enziguri to the back of the head this time. Uh-oh. We're turning it around. See, he got a little too cheeky. Now, the problem for Rock here, he's already taken almost 3 minutes of damage. And he hasn't done anything to earn that pin yet. Don't know what he was thinking. Maybe just buying a little time, trying to hold him down. Ooh, another tumbling heel strike. But Rock lacks stamina. So he needs to get ahead early, and maybe that was the strategy from La Parka, to get ahead early so even if Rock started turning it around, it would be too late and he'd be too tired. This is a bad idea from La Parka, but he gets the drop kick, so... No, there it was. See? Not enough power. Bad idea to go toe-to-toe on power with the Rock. A little Boston Crab action. I don't think we've seen Rock finish with that move yet, but it definitely slows down a faster opponent. More knee strikes from The Rock, and now he's pumped up. Here he comes. Hip toss. We're looking for the big moves, Rock. Where are they? Nope, just a slam to the outside. He's just mad right now. He's not thinking straight. That's another downside he has. Strategy out the window for Rock. Another slam. We've seen him throw 5 or 6 body slams in a row, and he seems to be doing it right now. Now goes to a choke. He's got to be careful here. Grunt definitely doesn't disqualify people for nothing. He's, I think, lets it go a little too long most of the time. But you got to be careful. You never know. Another top rope move from La Parka. Big old jump to the back of the neck. Uh-oh, this is what he does sometimes, though. Nice somersault slam, but is he going to go again? No, instead he goes for the pin. 1, 2, and he doesn't got it. La Parka sometimes gets stuck. Ooh, as he takes a pile driver, he gets stuck going to the top rope over and over to show off and doesn't go for the pin. A nice body press from Rock. 1, 2, oof, I thought that was going to be it. Those body presses from Rock tend to end fights. But he really hasn't done enough damage up to this point, so it would have been a bit surprising if he got it. But you saw 2.9 just from the body press. I mean, it's a powerful move. If he does it again, I think that'll be it for La Parka. La Parka's starting to lose control of this match. Rock is taking over, and here it comes. Gorilla press. Boom. Right on his face. Well, La Parka kind of doing a last gasp, but that's the problem with last gasps. You really got to land it. If you fall on your face, it's no good for you. Oh, but here he goes. Taking control. Smart move from La Parka. Just pulls him out of the ring. Gives himself a moment. Now, is he going to go for it? Body splash from the outside. Or from the inside to the outside. Grabs a weapon as well and attacks. Grunt, what are you doing? Grunt, this is Grunt's thing. He's fine as long as you don't bring the weapon in. Now, a lot of people have problems with that. I find it somewhat okay. But that was a scythe. I don't know that you should allow that. Body slam. Devastating lariat. Another, a throwing body slam. I think that's going to do it. 1, 2, 3. There it is. After he landed that body press, it was really only a matter of time. La Parka. I mean, nobody really thought he was going to win that, but he did come out looking strong. It looked good for a minute. Sadly, nothing doing. The Great Coquina, Coquina Maximus, Island Empire's #2, the Lieutenant, coming out to take on crowd favorite Nobuhiko Takada. What's a favorite? Favorite. There we go. Nobuhiko Takada. Everybody loves him except for the Island Empire.
Fight!
Honor, style, MMA, and catch as catch can. He does it all. Little spin kick. Uh-oh, fell right into that though. Should not have done that. You can't let Coquina grab you. He's got to stick and move. Goes for some low kicks. Takes a European uppercut. That was not, I got to give him credit for that one. It's not easy to get Coquina over your shoulder. Oh, powerful slam. Wouldn't be surprised if that put him out. I mean, that'll knock the wind right out of you when you got a 500-pound man falling on you. He's getting those whips, though. He's using Coquina's strength against him. There's some pitter-patter strikes from the top. That's what we're expecting from Takada. Hit those moves, then get up and back up. There he goes again. Bop, 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 bop. Coquina, though, blocking most of them, but make no mistake. Some of those will get through. Hurt your forearms and your biceps when you're blocking, and that can make it harder. Uh-oh. 1, 2. Oof, that was close. Coquina can end it at any time. He's so big. He can just hold you down by weight alone. You don't have to be tired. You don't have to be stunned. But that's how you beat him right there. Always uses momentum against you. A lot of forward falling motion. You just got to make sure he doesn't fall on top of you. Another hip toss. That's what you can use. It doesn't matter how big he is if you've got that leverage and momentum. Because Coquina does always walk forward. Here's another big slam. Oof. And another pin. 1, 2. No, he gets out. Kokina knows that he doesn't have the stamina to keep up with Takada for too long, so it makes sense he's going for these pins early. And Takada just keeps working these whipping hip tosses. He just keeps catching Kokina chasing him. And then he's able to, and now he's starting to add the submission after the hip toss, which might not be the smartest idea for that reason right there. If you stay within the grasp of Kokina, you start taking these hard bumps. Big ol' elbow to the back. And another big slam. He's going for that pin every time after the slam. 1, 2, oof. Oh, he's going for it again. He loves that slam. We haven't seen him use that slam this often, ever. He's usually doing a lot of double axe handles, holds like this. And then he goes for that big slam towards the end. This time, I think he knows Takada is a bit of a threat. Even though he seemed to kind of wave him off earlier. Ooh, he got caught in the face going for that 3-point stance lunge. Got caught right in the face. And now he's stuck in a guillotine. Now he's able to work his way out. One problem for Kokina with his size is that his arms can get trapped in these submissions. There's not a lot of room for him to breathe. You're a smaller, wiry guy. You're able to get out of some of these a little bit easier. He also doesn't have the flexibility other guys have. Big kick to the face, goodness. Doesn't matter how big you are, a shin to the face can definitely put you out. Here's a submission hold. Lion Tamer. Manhattan drop into a hip toss. Kokina, I mean, I truly don't know who's got the better of this match. It's really gone back and forth. This is what Kokina likes to do. If you get into his guard, he will trap you and just punch the top of your head. Got strong fists. Doesn't hurt him to punch you in the head. Nice ankle lock from Takada. Kokina having some trouble getting out. See, that dexterity just isn't there. The flexibility isn't there, so he can't scramble his way out, and I think it does a lot to his joints. Ooh, a disrespectful little kick from Takada. Sometimes he shows that he's got a bit of ire in him. He's not all kindness. He plays it up on the mic, but we see it every once in a while. He's got some demons in there. Here's a nice submission hold. Ooh, he's finished fights with this before. But no, Kokina is finding his way out of him. I think just the pure power. He just wrenches the arm out of position so that he can escape. Ooh, headbutt to the back of the head. That usually means the big lariat's coming. Ouch. I thought he was going to go for the pin there. That could have been a pinning opportunity. Another one. Doesn't go for the lariat this time, though. Big strikes. That could be it. Takada for the pin. 1, 2, and he's... well, never mind. He's finished 2 matches with that. Seemed to be kind of his go-to finisher. But apparently not. Really lined up that punch there, but Kokina lined up a bigger punch. Both guys are trying to kind of size each other up at this point. What do they got to do to take each other out? Little arm lock here. Don't know that that can get the finish, but at this point, with both guys tired, Kokina's been dealing with a lot of joint locks. Any one of them could work. We saw it earlier with the Hase fight against Owen Hart. Even those smaller submissions can finish a fight if you just get caught in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Here we go. Submission attempt right in the center of the ring. No way out. But Kokina looks like he's going to fight through it. I think he's just so big, it's hard for Takada to really latch those submissions in enough. You can't really get the full torque on him. Another hip toss. Nice couple of kicks there. I think even Takada's going to be getting tired at this point. Looked like he was going to try to get a backdrop and instead got an elbow to the face for his trouble. I was about to say that's about to do it. Those big throwing body slams usually signify someone's just about done with it. Oh, but a huge slam from the Irish whip. Now he goes for a submission of his own. Not a smart idea. Takada's definitely better at those. Nice little reversal to work his way out. We usually don't see that from Kokina, but there's one for you. Didn't think the big man had it in him, especially later in the fight. But, I was going to say, he's going to take it, but instead he puts all 500 pounds onto Takada. A little do-si-do. I don't know if this is a smart move for either guy because this is going to sap all their energy. Oh, devastating headbutt from Kokina. My word. Another one to the back of the head. He didn't go for the lariat, though. He should have gone for that lariat. Instead, throws him out of the ring. I mean, that was just bullying. Grabbed him by the skull and just launched him out of the ring. There's the big lariat, but he's not in the ring. He should have gone for it inside the ring. Another bullying throw. I think he's now just full of spite. This seems spiteful at this point. But he's definitely tired because that knocked him off his feet. That was more from him being off balance than the power, but also that he's so tired. Put him right down. Hip toss after missing the kick. That was a beautiful move from Takada. Doesn't look like he's going to get the submission yet. Nope, Kokina still has enough in him to get out of it, but I don't think Kokina has anything left. There's another submission. Is that going to do it? Kokina might find a way out of this, amazingly. I don't think I would have, if you had asked me how many over-under he was going to get out of, I would have said maybe 5. I think he's gotten out of maybe 7 or 8 submissions at this point. European uppercut. Ooh, little elbow stamp there. That's a mean one. Kick to the midsection. Yeah, Kokina, especially those kicks to the body, just seem to absolutely be sapping every bit of energy he has. Another bullying throw out of the ring. I feel like Kokina might just be trying to hurt Takada enough that he never will be able to fight Sika for the belt. He stopped going for pins, and now he's just hurting him. Kind of a rolling suplex there from Takada, going for the armbar outside the ring. That's see, this is some of that ire that Takada pretends he doesn't have, but that was just malicious to do that outside the ring. He was just trying to break his arm, and here he goes again trying to break the arm. They both get back in the ring. Luckily, because I don't think anybody wants a count out here. Takada hulking up. Looks like he's going to go for a finisher here. Goes for it again, the Mataleon. But no, it looks like Takada might work his way out. My goodness. I was just watching TG grunt there to see if he was going to call it fast, but instead, Takada just couldn't. I don't think he's latching it in fully. At this point, he should just go for a pin finish. Enough with the submissions. Kick to the body again. Every kick now is taking out Kokina, and this must be it. There it is. There's the ending. Kokina just had nothing left. I think he passed out the moment that got locked in. Not enough blood running to the dome. 18:35, the final time. That was a tough one for Takada, but he does pull it out. Now, how much damage that did to him. Will he be able to turn around and take on Sika next month if Sika's still the champion? I mean, can he take on Hall if Hall's the champion? Both these guys so powerful fighting for the title. Time for another grudge match. Cactus Jack trying to exact revenge, saying that he doesn't need a pinfall. I think he'll still try to go for him, frankly. But he says he can win it with the 10 count, and he's going to let Jake go for the pinfalls. Just a 3 count for Jake. That's all he needs. Cactus needs a 10.
Fight.
Now, there's no disqualification in this one. As you can see, somebody left that scythe in the ring. Don't know who that was. Laparca must have come in mid-match. I also see a kendo stick down there. Apparently, TG Grunt has said you can use it as long as you don't use the pointy part. Kind of wild that you would trust Cactus Jack with not using the pointy part of what is essentially a knife axe. But, you know, Grunt's a professional, kind of. So I guess we'll just see what happens. So their last match, both of these guys just absolutely beat each other up. It was kind of more of a fisticuffs battle through and through. I mean, they just kept punching each other, and we're seeing the same here. Lots of punching, stiff kicks to the gut, although Roberts did a good job to block that last one. But this is what we expect to see. These two just knees, kicks, elbows, punches, both closed fist and open fist. There's no DQ here. So I don't expect we're going to have anything but blood. Although, you know, neither of these guys seem to bleed too much yet. Oof. A pant hold pile driver. So early. I guess because Cactus is trying to get the 10 count, he needs to start going for those head attacks early. Roberts, ooh, misses. I have a feeling, I don't know if this is going to be a long match or a short match, because Both of these guys are tough, but they're going to pull out all the stops early, I would assume. A nice short arm lariat. But nothing doing yet. And this is the classic Cactus just absolutely destroying someone's face with those closed fists. Roberts with a little push lariat. Goes for the kendo stick. Misses though. Does get a little back bump with it, but missed that big swing with it. Lucky for Cactus. And back to the do-si-do. I mean, these guys are just going to keep punching each other this whole time. Jake was vying for a top spot. If he wins this, he actually is essentially maybe slightly lower than Takada as far as the pecking order. But I mean, he has looked good. He didn't make it to the finals of the tournament due to the brutality of the match against Jack. I don't think we're going to see a pin here. No, sir. Not even a 2. But Jake is one of those guys that everyone's waiting to see his title shot. But he got a little sidetracked by the feud with Cactus. So we haven't even seen him really ask for a title shot yet. Body slam from Jake. Again, a bit too early. Now, Cactus says he wasn't going to go for a pin. I feel like he's definitely going to. 1, 2, and it looks like Roberts is trying to get it early. I don't know if that's a smart strategy. You should just keep punishing Cactus, especially because you made a whole big deal about how you were tougher than him, and that's why you made it through to the tournament, and blah, blah, blah. And then you're going in there and trying to pin him right away. Seems a little crazy. Well, the slowness of Cactus already showing. Not the fastest boy in town, but he makes up for it with toughness. Beautiful little slam. He never really has superpower moves, but some of them are brutal. Oof, and that's the most brutal of them all. Just the heel to the balls. That'll do it, although he'd say it's to the tailbone. He's wrapping the leg around to the tailbone, of course. Vertical suplex. See, he does have some moves, but they don't have the same pop as like a Blade Runner. Oof, another short arm from Cactus. And another pin. 1, 2, nope. But yeah, it doesn't have the same pop as a Blade Runner Rock or a Sika or a Kokina. They're just painful moves, not really power impact moves. But that's Jack's style. It's what he likes to do. He's a brawler and a spiker. Ooh, beautiful move. He faked the punch. Jake ducked down, and then he landed a stiff DDT. Looks like Jake's gonna get up, yep, but that was a 7 count. He's already feeling it. That's not great news for him. I was gonna say, Cactus going up to the top rope is wild. Ooh, Jake is looking not good. To the top rope? He is doing the top rope, wow! A 10 count coming, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Hip toss from Jake. Now, Jake only needs the 3, so this might be a smart move. 1, 2. I think Cactus is just taking breaks while he's down there. Nice little short running lariat. Backdrop counter. This is not looking good for Jake. Cactus might have been right. Maybe he should have gone through the tournament. Although, again, his fault. He could have pinned Jake at any time, and he just never did. Another forearm, essentially, lariat. Here we go, a little Texas shuffle. Boom, that knife chop to the chest. 1, 2, and nope. Now, neither guy has really gone for the weapons after those first couple. Both of them took a moment with the weapons, then just gave up on it. Uh-oh. I mean, Jake's gotta get up. He's not looking good. That was just a simple backdrop, and he's looking out of it. I think that DDT really got him. Just a shoulder pop, and they're going... Oh, I thought they were going right back to the count there. Oh, took... the kendo stick to the top of the head. Cactus is looking strong here. He's going back to the kendo stick. Oh, no, Jake. Oof. Takes it to the ribs. Jake's in trouble. This looks bad. Oh, but instead, that was a nice little twisting drop. I think that was more out of desperation than anything, though. And a big bump to the corner, although Jake turns it around, goes for the pin. I don't think he's going to get it. 2, and no, not even close to the 3 yet. He's getting the 2, and then he's the one that gets up last. Ooh, a hair pull down. Oh no, it's a count off of a hair pull down. He did slam his head hard onto the mat. I don't think Jake has anything left. I think Cactus is going to pull this out unless Jake can land that DDT. Ooh, a 9 count. I mean, it's close. There's a body slam from Jake, and he's going for the pin again. I think he needs to go for that snake bit DDT. I don't think he's got anything else left. A do-si-do here. Probably not the best move from Jake because you're assured to take more damage. Oh, he faked it again. Another DDT. I think that's going to be it, and I think Cactus is going to prove his point that Jake should not have gone through, and that Cactus is the tougher of the 2 men, and that's it. He did it. Bang, bang. Cactus Jack proves his point against all odds. Wild to see. I think most people thought that Cactus was going to have an uphill battle, and frankly, throughout this match, he looked like he was in control. There was a couple moments for Jake. Maybe he's still harboring an injury. But my goodness. So we made it to our main event. Big Scott Hall coming in. Nobody else would take this fight. He was ready to roll after defeating Cactus, who we just saw. That's a tough man, so maybe he can pull this out. Sika with his brand new world title, the HRC World Champion.
Fight!
You gotta strap in for this one. I feel like both of these guys are gonna fight pretty hard. I don't feel like this one's gonna end in 10. Now the thing is, are they going to go full force right away, or are they going to try to feel each other out? I mean, we've already seen some shoulder checks, some kicks to see where everybody's at. There's a stiff kick, stiff punch, so taking it slow right now compared to some of the other fights we've seen where people just start DDTing each other right away, or vertical suplexing, or backdropping. Ooh, stiff leg drop there. And a double axe handle to the back. Early pin. Not even getting close to a 1 count. But why not try it, right? Except for this part, where when you try it, sometimes you get up last, and then now you're fighting from the bottom. A big run from Scott and a lariat. Hall has looked good even in his losses. He's had a little trouble with his strategy. He tends to go for power a little too soon, kind of tires himself out, and that leaves him open for counters. This is a silly move from Sika. I think he wanted to go for that bump. Ooh, a beautiful suplex from Hall. That's his patented suplex. Little leg kick out, and then a snap on that suplex that really whips the opponent to the ground. Missing with the knife chop, Sika lands one of his own. Hall's missing all of his strikes right now. Sika, not exactly known for ducking and dodging most of the time, but he just knows how to step away just enough. Moves his head out of the way just in time. Some stomps. We're really seeing Hall take his time and kind of pick his shots to start to break down the champion. And we all know his strikes hold a lot of power, but Sika's up for the challenge. He definitely has, if not the same amount of power, close to it, and he is brutal with his strikes and slams. Some shoulder checks into the corner, puts Hall on his stomach. Oof, and a stomp to the back. Then an elbow to the back. Both guys seem to be targeting each other's backs. Not a bad move, as both like to do slams. If you're going to pick them up and slam them, you need that lower back to be functioning and healthy. Couple knife edge chops from Sika. Ooh, and a little swan dive headbutt. But right away, Hall picks it up. Oh, but he gets countered. Thrown over. First time to the outside. Now, we're not going to see Grunt counting out here. Neither guy wanted to count out, but they also can't get the pin on the outside. But this is where they can really wear each other down. And so we may see some pretty hard slams out here. Right now, though, Sika going for a little key lock. Throws him off to the corner so he can get a weapon. We know weapons are okay out here as far as Grunt's concerned. A lot of stiff punches to the back from both guys. Sika takes a really long run. I think he just wanted to get over to that other side. Ooh, body slam onto that floor. Flooring is wood underneath the padding, so it's not as bad as concrete, but still doesn't feel good. Hall sent off to the corner, and now both are back in. Some more chops. Some more corner work from Sika. This time kicking him. That means he's, yep, there it goes. Little foot choke there, and since Grunt seems uninterested in calling anything that isn't outright cheating, I guess that's okay. A little swan dive headbutt again. That time it looked like it went right to the, I guess, the top of the back, right below the neck. Now Grunt's decided that choking is too much. Can't do choking. Hit him with a chair? Sure. Choking him, though? That's not okay. Mongolian chop to the traps. Always hurts. And a little leg drop. Sika's looking a little tired. This was our question, though. Does Sika have the stamina, the energy, if Scott doesn't wilt early? Looked for the headbutt, didn't get it, so grabs the hair and throws him over. Saw the same thing from Kokina earlier with Takada, but Kokina just grabbed the whole head. Sika grabbed fistfuls of hair there. A little flex from Scott, and a stiff elbow. Thought we were going to get a backdrop there, but instead Kokina turned it around with a stiff elbow to the back of the head, and then a lariat to the back of the head. Another one. Is he going to go for a third? No, goes for the headbutt instead. Forearm to the top of the head. And then that was weird. And no real pin. Little corkscrew slam from Sika. Champion's looking good. The only thing we're worried about now is he's looking pretty tired already. At least he was trying to catch his breath. Right now he doesn't seem too out of sorts. Another corkscrew slam. But see, he didn't get up very quickly. A little atomic drop and a stiff. I mean, Hall is a big boy. When he drops that big old leg on the back of your neck, can't feel good. So Sika is, he's looking worse for wear. Hall doesn't seem like he's breathing too hard yet. 1, 2, nothing doing yet. Sika, there he is catching his breath. Corkscrew slam again. I'm wondering if these slams, he's going for him. Oh, and there's the stomach claw. He's finished fights with this before. Hall is, he's just strong. Just flexed his way out of that one. Sika now has failed with the Irish whip, I think 3 times. He just isn't timing his runs properly. I don't know if it's because Hall's taken a mixture of big and stutter steps. It's kind of throwing off Sika's game. But it's the 3rd time now we've seen him not really plan out his run properly. Oof, these stiff chops are now just taking Sika down. Now we do know he's got the toughness to survive. Resilience is something he's got in him. But you can only do that for so long, I would assume. Stiff headbutt, and now Sika's feeling it, so he might be tired, but looks like he's feeling good. Another elbow to the back. Looked for a lariat there, but didn't get it. Stiff knees. See, he's got to slow it down so he can keep catching his breath. And doing these big slams like this, I don't know that that's the best idea. Does give him the time to breathe, though, so maybe he knows what he's doing. Another big slam, though. It's got to be tiring him out to do it over and over. I don't think we've seen him really go for pins yet, either. I mean, 1 or 2, but after these big slams, you'd think he'd do it. There again is an example of Hall got up first. I mean, he's hurt, but he's getting up. Maybe he's just doing it out of pure instinct because he knows he can't stay down. Definitely doesn't want to take more of those swan dive headbutts from Sika. More chops. Ooh, but that elbow puts Sika down. Scott's feeling it now. At 15 minutes, we haven't seen Sika go past this, I don't think. Maybe we've seen him go close to 20. I don't remember him being this tired last time either. He's really taken some damage, and those shoulders to the midsection are just going to zap or sap that energy even more. And there's another corkscrew. That seems to be his saving grace. He knows that Hall leans forward a little much when he's trying to grab over the top to go for his finisher, and Sika seems to take that moment to turn it into a corkscrew slam. But again, how many times can you do that before you run out of energy? Ooh, it looked like we were going for the finisher, the crucifix slam from Hall, but Sika's turned it around. Big headbutts. Should go for the pin here, but instead he picks him up. I don't know that that was a smart strategy. We're seeing now might have been a mistake. Another corkscrew. Boy, he loves that corkscrew. I mean, he's found something. He scouted Hall. He saw that every time Hall tries to lean over to grab around the waist, that's his chance to grab and do the corkscrew slam. And it's worked so far, but uh-oh. We've seen him finish this move right here. But doesn't get it, and I think he didn't want to hold Sika up too long. Instead now, nope, goes back to it. I thought he was going to go for that crucifix. I don't think he can hold him up. He's already tiring out as he's holding him up here. It went on a little bit longer that time. But yeah, I think Sika's just a little too heavy for him to hold that move for too long, and it's a waste of time if you think you're not going to get the finish. And back to the corkscrew. I think that's like the 8th one we've seen from Sika. Lariat. Sika now with the Samoan drop. Oh my goodness. We've never seen anyone kick out of the Samoan drop, let alone get up. He must have just rolled out of it. He must have known it was coming. Maybe some scouting from Hall, but we have never seen anybody not be finished by that move. And now Hall going for his crucifix slam. I think we might have a new champion. 1, 2, 3. I can't believe it. We have not seen anyone kick out of either of those moves before. And now Hall got up, almost no-sold the Samoan drop, but I think it's because he kind of rolled out of it. He knew what to do and stuck in it. Oh, devastating lariat. And we definitely have never seen anybody kick out of that crucifix. Bear hug from Sika. I think he's just buying himself some time there, but that's going to tire out his legs. A nice little swivel slam from Sika. Now the standard body drop. And gotta go back to that corkscrew. He felt it again. Hall likes to lean forward, but see, Hall is up first. Sidewalk slam. Thought he was going for the backbreaker there. This is more of a challenge than Sika's had so far. I don't know that anybody thought Hall was going to give him this much of a challenge, and frankly, it felt like Hall should have been able to finish it there if Grunt had been a little faster with the count. Not knocking the count, seemed like it was fine. Oh, and a Samoan drop of his own. Bit disrespectful. The finisher of Sika gets used by Hall. And now it looks like Sika, yeah, he threw him to the outside just to buy himself some time. Knew that Hall was going to take a moment on that outside and just waited. Hall with a backdrop. Then a flex, he's feeling it. This is bad news for the champion. Boy, to lose in your first defense after all that talk about how nobody was going to beat you. You're looking very beatable right now, Sika. Patented suplex from Hall. And those elbows. He throws elbows better than anybody. 1, 2. Ooh, only 2 that time. I think he needs to... Again, the Samoan drop, boy. I think he was mad he kicked out at 2 and decided to be disrespectful again. Takes a chop for it, but then suplexes Sika to the outside. Sika is definitely worse for wear. Uh-oh. I thought he was going to go for a DQ there. I thought he was just going to take the DQ. That would have been wild. Another suplex. Boy, Hall is kind of making some points here. Using the Samoan drop, he just keeps suplexing him to the outside. A lot of disrespect here from Hall, or at least, even if he's not meaning it as disrespect, which he is. But Sika will see it as disrespect regardless. I thought he was going to go for his crucifix on the outside, which would have been endgame. That would have been the end of it. Instead, he's going for a submission, which he also can't get on the outside, but that'll wear down Sika even more. He likes to go for it twice in a row, I'm noticing. We haven't seen him ever do it more than once. So apparently he likes to go twice in a row. But neither time has worked out, so I think he's got to give up on that move when it comes to Sika. But who knows? Maybe if he can wear him down even more, it'll finally work. I mean, Sika could just pass out, I guess. I mean, what a title fight so far. We've seen both finishers used already, and we've moved a solid 7 or 8 minutes past that now. And what would it be without another corkscrew slam? He's got to keep doing them because Hall keeps giving him the opportunity. Another backbreaker. I mean, at this point, they have used every move against each other, and they're just cycling through all their moves again, because what else can you do? Can't take chances with moves you don't know how to utilize. Oh, as I say that, he's just choking him. My goodness. I don't think we've ever seen anybody hold up Sika like that before. That is wild. The strength of Hall, but did he use too much energy? Oh, thought we were going to see the swan dive headbutt from the top rope, which, I mean, I don't think anyone survives that. A counter from Hall to save himself some time. Goes for the pin as well. 1, 2, no. Hall going for another crucifix slam. That has to be it. That's done. Right in the center of the ring. We've got a new champion in 1, 2, 3. No. Wow. You can't see my face. My eyes are wide open. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to go for it again. This could be it, though. You gotta give up Sika. There's no way Sika has any energy left. No, but Hall lets it go. I can't believe that. He should have just held on to it, but who am I to say? Uh-oh, we're back to the biting. Grunt, you gotta disqualify. Well, I don't think Grunt wants to disqualify him because that means Sika retains the belt. Missile. Oh, boy. What is left? I think they've done every move they have now. But I said that last time and they did more. Hall bleeding now. Got some color the hard way. Lariat. What do they have left to do to each other? I mean, we've seen 2 kickouts from the crucifix slam. That is wild. Another backdrop. Another sidewalk slam. What does he have left to do? Sika gets up first. Hall may just be out of gas at this point. Sika looked like he kind of got up just out of pure instinct, though, because Hall's right back on top. I think he just needed to get up because he knew he would fall asleep if he stayed down. He's going to lose consciousness. More biting. Uh-oh. At some point, you do have to call the DQ. And another bully throw out. This time, Hall rolls to the outside. Probably for the best, try to get rid of some of that blood, but instead he just gets thrown right into the post. A miss there from Sika, and now he's thrown into the post. Might have hit his head on that bat as well. Knees to Hall. I mean, neither of these guys have anything left. I don't know how they're picking each other up at this point. Another slam. That's how he beat Cactus, but there's no count out on the outside this time. I thought he was going to go for the crucifix again. Every time he sets him up where it looks like he might go crucifix, I just stop. Another suplex. Oh, Sika's... I don't know if Sika's going to have the energy to defend for a couple of months if this fight keeps going on. And that's assuming he wins. I mean, neither guy... looks like Hall's going to need stitches. So I don't think he'll be able to fight. Headbutt, again, right on to the cuts on Hall's head. I mean, I don't know who's got... I think whoever gets back in the ring... or when they get back in the ring, oh, body slam onto the wood. Whoever gets the first big move once they get back in, that has to be it. This has been a wild match. I wouldn't have guessed it was going to go over 30 minutes. I would have said maybe 20. Sika's waiting for Hall to get back in, but Hall trying to get rid of some of that blood. Now he's ready to go. Might have been thinking, what does he have to do at this point? I mean, you've used your finisher twice to no avail. Little Texas shuffle from the big man. Goes for the... No, thought he was going to go for the pin. Another big punch, a huge elbow. Both guys miss. Backbreaker. I mean, Sika's back has to be a mess at this point. Huge lariat. Oh, he should have gone for the pin. Hall, what are you doing? Big chop, Sika's down. Another Samoan drop. Oh, if he had finished him with it. I think Sika rolled through with that one. He knew it was coming again, and now he does a drop of his own. And that's probably going to do it, too. 3, the champion retains. What a move from Sika. He rolled with the Samoan drop from Hall. He knew it was coming again. He rolled through with it, got up, I think on pure instinct, then just surprised Hall, slammed him down with the Samoan drop of his own. And that was it. Wow, what a finish. Title defense complete. The champion retains. That was wild. So, to recap, sorry this thing is not set up properly, but don't worry about it. Michaels defeats Al Snow. I've got to remember all these. Michaels defeats Al Snow. Steiner is able to defeat Kasugi. Hase bests Hart. Malenko defeats both Kawada and Ishikawa in what ended up being a 2-on-1 after Tanaka turned on him. Mostly because, it was Malenko's fault. He was berating and wasn't helping his partner out of a submission hold. So you can't really blame Tanaka, but at the same time, put Malenko in a tough spot, and now he's probably going to have to face off against Malenko at some point, which for Tanaka, not great news, because his only win so far in the league is the one where he left halfway through and Malenko got the win. Brickhouse Brown fell to Goto. Goto is proving he is Mr. Backdrop, so Brickhouse now has to stop making fun of him for that. I believe the Kaniskis beat the Samoan SWAT team. In fact, both of the Island Empire guys or groups lost. Everyone in Samoan Empire lost. Samoan Empire, Island Empire lost until Sika retained. But so the Samoan SWAT team lost. Blade Runner Rock pretty much destroyed La Parka after a slow start. Cactus Jack was the most surprising, getting the 10 count on Jake Roberts when he was allowing Roberts to try to pin him. Takata was able to best Kokina, pretty much outlasted him, but overall just looked like the better fighter. Didn't have the power, of course, because he's much smaller, but just looked better overall. And then Scott Hall put on a hell of a match. What a challenger, but was unable to get the victory over Sika, who gets his first title defense and proved he's quite a tough champion. So that'll do it for me today. Next time we're on, it will be, I believe, Invasion Hiroshima. And tomorrow, the weeklies omnibus should be up leading into the Hiroshima show. So keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure when I'm going to stream the actual event. So just keep an eye out on either the Discord in Journey of Wrestling or on the Twitch. And I'll have it up probably in the next day or so when I know what my schedule is like. Thanks for joining, or thanks for watching if you see this later. Have a good one.